Hi everyone, welcome to What Is It Wednesday. If you haven't noticed, I've added a couple new things to my channel. So there's 2-minute tip Tuesdays. If I come along a tip, I will add a 2-minute tip for you for Tuesdays. And today on Wednesdays is going to be What Is It Wednesdays. So I get a lot of questions about the same items sometimes. So I thought to help you guys a little bit, maybe I would go ahead and start this What Is It Wednesdays, and the things that I get the most questions about, I would post and talk about a little bit. So if you have if there's anything that I use in my videos that you're not sure what I'm using, you really want to know, let me know. And if you think it's something that I should do a What Is It Wednesday, or something you would like to see as a What Is It Wednesday, let me know. So what I have here is my little mini perfect layer rulers. I have gotten so many questions about these, more than anything else. There's almost every video, there's one to multiple comments on these rulers. So what it is basically is just this ruler, and it has these little ridges. Let me get a white piece of paper so I can show you. This is a scrap that got all bent up. You can kind of see the little ridges, like this little thing here that's not on the very edge. And they're on both sides. And you can see the measurements here. To be honest, I've never used the measurements. I don't know. You could say 3/8 to me, and it would take me probably 5 minutes to find it on, maybe not 3/8. That's a little bit easier one. 5/8 would take me a little longer. It's just, I'm not good with the 8s. I can do the 4s. I can do the 2s. What else is there? The 3rds. But it's the 8s that really get me. But on both ends, it has the measurements. And it even has millimeters, 3.2 millimeters. I've never actually noticed that until just this moment. But anyways, what those little ridges are, and you can see it goes up to as big as 5/8. So that's what this line here all the way, you can kind of see the light shining right here, right above the word perfect layers. So there's a picture of the perfect layers, first of all. So if I wanted one mat around my photo, or a mat around a mat, I could do 5/8 inch, and that's this huge size here. So it looks like there's 4 on this one, and there's probably 4 on this one too. So there's a size on this side, and then you can flip the ruler over. There's a size on this side and this side. Oh, and here's 16ths. So 5/16. Now that would probably really take me a long time to figure out. 3/16, 1/2, and 1/16. So they're different sizes. Obviously, they're great. What I have, this is Perfect Layers rulers, and years ago, what I started with was these 12-inch ones. These are 12-inch long. These work really good, just as well. When I was at a Creating Keepsakes convention, and this is why I can't help you guys really find this one, but I happened to be, I don't even remember the name of the booth. It was so many years ago. I walked into their booth. It was like, I don't remember. I wasn't even really in a shopping mood. I was just kind of that wandering around, seeing, getting away from the scrapbooking crop for a few minutes. And I happened upon these, and I thought, well, that's really interesting. These would be great in my crop bag, so I wouldn't have to carry the big, you guys know me. I've done crop videos, and I try to make it more, less stuff for you to take to crops, at least for me. That's how I really have gotten lately. Although I don't go to as many crops as I used to, but that's another story. So I saw these and I thought, oh, those would be perfect in my crop bag. And then I bought them and I used them a few times. I seemed like I never really ended up using them at crops, so they came into my craft room and they kind of got shoved to the side, as well as these. And I didn't use these for years. I don't think there's a date on there. But I didn't use these for years and years. And then not long after I started making my videos, I pulled them out. And boy, I love them. I don't know why I went so long without using them. It's just insane. However, so I can't help you find these ones, but we are memory keepers. I've told everybody who I knew asked about these. These are, I'm not so sure. I'm going to try them out. You can tell this is a new package. I left them in the package until the video was over. So we are layering guides. And I'm hoping that it looks like, looking at the sizes, they're the same size. So we have 1/8. Oh, Well, this one, let's open it up and see, because unless it says on the other end. So We Are Memory Keepers layering guides. I'll put this up here if you need the code for a second or anything like that. I know scrapbook.com has them. I got these off of Amazon. My friend got some off of Amazon. Hi, Terry. So let's open this up and see how they work. Okay, there's the other measurements, I think. So I think what they do is just not have them all measured on the same end. So on the Perfect Layer rulers, they have their measurements, all the measurements at one end, and they have it on both ends. The We Are Memory Keepers has it just 2 measurements on one end. Is that facing the right way for you guys? Maybe that would be better. And then on the other end, it has 2 more measurements. Oh, and one thing you can tell is if this one, this one you can read only one direction. Like if I flipped this ruler over, the numbers would be backwards. But on the memory layering guides, whatever is facing the right way is the thickness that you get with that one there. Oh, and this one actually has the little dotted line to see how thick it is. So that's not bad. That's actually pretty good. Which one has the 1/2 here? I'm trying to, that's 1/2. Where's this one? Okay, I'll go off of this one. 1/2, 5/16, 1/16. Okay, so these both have the same sizes on them though, but that is one way. So you don't have the dotted line. So that's a little nice. Like I said though, I've never paid attention unless you need to measure something specifically. That would be nice though. If you need something only 1/16 large, then you could totally pick this one out. So if you're reading it, if you can read the 1/16 and it's not backwards like this one is, then that's the edge you're going to want to use to get the 1/16. I hope that makes sense. So if I wanted something to be 5/16 of an inch, that's the edge I would use. And you can see your papers lined up along that dotted line. So that's a little bit of a benefit to the layering guides. That's kind of nice. Actually, there's a patent number on both of them. I just noticed. I will hold it up. I don't know if it makes any difference. I'm trying to look real quick. I believe it's the same number. I don't even know if you guys will be able to pick up on that. I'm trying to hold it really still and maybe you can screenshot and try to look at it or something. It looks like the same patent number, but I don't know if that'll make any difference, but if that can help you find them. So, yeah, that's all you do. And what you do with it is, I have a picture here. I'm currently working on a layout. You'll probably recognize this because I imagine this video will go up after I do this layout. But all you do with these rulers, and it works the exact same with the larger ones, is you take it, and let's see, how big of a mat do I want on this photo, I guess. See, now this is where you could measure if you wanted to be specific, or for what I usually do is I just kind of go, I have 2 sizes that are about my favorite. So I guess that would be, I think the 1/4 of an inch? No. I'm confused now because it says, because it's actually easier to 3/16. I would have never guessed that, I guess. No. Can you tell I'm not good with measurements? Oh, heavens. It says 1/8, but that's not 1/8, is it? I guess it's 1/8. Okay. So if I went like that. Okay, I just learned something just in case. So if any of you have these rulers, I never noticed. Like I said, I don't pay attention to the measurements. I kind of go off, well, I think that's a good width. Is that a good width? No, maybe this width. Is this going to be a good width? That's how I do it. But if you are interested in this one and you don't have this, or you do have this one, whatever one's in the top right here is what the size is going to be down here. No, wait. No, wait. That's 1/4. 5/8. 5/8. No, never mind. I thought I had something there, but I guess I'm wrong. 1/8, 3/8. And I've never used the ones. There are some that are kind of in between, like the 5/8. I don't know. This one's a little Feels a little weird. Let's look at this one. This one's the same way, but a little bit, I don't know. So what I'm looking at here is there's some that are kind of, it's got like two, it almost seems like on the same side. I don't know if you're supposed to use that or not. No, I don't think you are. I think that's just for that side. But anyways, okay. So the one thing I was going to say, nix that. What I thought was in the corner, the top corner was the size it was, if for you to hold it on there. But I don't think that that is right. Because when I flip this over, this is 1/16, not 3/16. So veto that. Anyways, so let's say I'm going to do this one here, which is 3/16, I guess. Let's see what it is on this one. Yes, it's the 3/16. So I'm going to cut a couple of sides of this picture with the perfect layers. And I did have somebody ask me one time where I got my box knife thing. This is just a Scotch one that I got from my local Rite Aid. We get a 20% off discount because we get so many prescriptions there. So that's all it is. And it's retractable. What I like about it is that it has the ones you can break off, you know, and get a sharper, have a new sharper one. And it slides really nice. It's actually a really nice one. So if you need something, I'm sure they probably have them on Amazon too. But that's what I use mostly. It doesn't stick in the position really well. So if you're going to do something, it kind of has a little bit of a wiggle room. But anyways, that's the one I use. They have them all over. You could use any kind. So what you do, oh, and here's another thing. So like on this one, this 3/16 has a little bit, sometimes it doesn't want to stay to the picture. Let me zoom in a little bit. You guys can kind of see. Sometimes it doesn't want to stay on the picture. You can see how it goes. Whereas other sizes, you can see it's nice and stops there. So that's another thing that helps me choose. Let me see the 3/16 on the We Are Memory Keepers. Yeah, same thing. So, I mean, sometimes it stops, and you can do it. If you can get it up there. If you're having that problem, one thing I've noticed is to kind of hold down this side of the ruler a little more than in the center, because this helps push this side. Do you see if I'm holding that side down? You don't want to hold it down here while you're cutting because sometimes it will move. So once you get it in place, then hold the entire ruler down and then do your cutting. So far what I can see from these We Are Memory Keeper ruler layer guides, they might have a little metal thing. Oh, they both have a little metal edge. I don't know if that will pick up in the photo at all. It wants to focus down below. Nope, that's not going to focus. But they do both have a little metal edge. I feel like the We Are Memory Keepers one sticks out a little more. It could be because it's so much newer. But we will see on that one. So yeah, so that cut just perfectly fine. So again, if you're having trouble getting this one to stay, then hold the right hand side or the side you want to butt up against. Oops, not that hard. Don't hold it that hard. But just hold it up against until it stops, and then hold the entire thing down. And I don't know a lot about left-handers, but I don't see any reason why you couldn't do it left-handed. So, you know, get it to where it sticks with your left hand, hold it down with your right, and then cut. I'm not going to cut because I would probably cut myself, and you guys have seen me do that before. And I have learned if you go a little bit slower, it's a little bit nicer. So now I'm going to do the same thing with the 3/16 that didn't want to stick. Now this one still kind of doesn't want to stick, but I got it in place there by holding the right hand side, and I'm going to hold the entire ruler. And I'm going to tell you, sometimes it does move on me. I don't really know a rhyme or reason as to why it moves on me. See, that time it stuck really well. And that one, look at that little tiny shred. I mean, that cut just a tiny bit off. So if you find that you go around and then you have an edge like this bottom one, you're like, oh, dang, it's too small. Just flip to a smaller thing. So yeah, okay, let me zoom back out here. Whoops, wrong way. So that is my matted photo, and it's got a nice even mat all the way around. Now, if my photo was crooked, obviously the mat would be crooked because it's going along the photo. So anyways, I should have got a nicer paper to do this with, right? This is my scrap. It got stuck somewhere, I don't remember. But Anyways, so I don't know if you can find these anymore. Oh yeah, actually We Are Memory Keepers makes the larger ones too, don't they? Yes, they do. In fact, I didn't know that they made the smaller ones, I think, until somebody brought that to my attention. So I believe that they have these, and they're blue. So if you're finding them and they're blue, they're the same thing. It's just that they're blue, and I actually kind of like the blue. But here are the large ones, and you know, if you have an 8x10 photo or something like that, these would work great for that. And they work just as well, as far as, like I said, you guys saw me open it. This is the first time that I've ever used it. So yeah, so these ones are called Perfect Layers. Stampin' Up! Used to sell them. I have another set that is not Stampin' Up! You used to be able to get them. These are just mini Perfect Layers. And these are the new ones that I know are available. Somebody, I think, even told me they were at Tuesday Morning. So I know that's a crazy place to go. The few times that I've been there, I don't go there a lot because I don't want to buy a bunch of older stuff. I know you can get great deals, but unless it's something that I really want, then, but the few times I have been there, I have not seen those, but I've seen other tools of theirs, so I know that they are available. Oh, and you know what else you can do with these, which is actually really rather cool? Let me find a scrap picture. So here is that same picture. Well, a different picture, same. And we are going to mount it. So I'm just going to glue it really quick. I'm not going to put a lot of glue since it's just, I have this same photo in my layout, if that makes sense. So I'm going to put it here. You can, and the cool thing is you can use scraps with these really easy. You can gut your paper really easy if you want to save the outside and just cut the middle. You can do that super easy. So let's take the We Are ones, since those are the ones I know are available to you. And I'm going to start with a 1/8 inch border. That's what the little dotted line says. Again, you don't have to be really... you don't have to be mathematical to use these. Some people have to have the right measurement and know what they're cutting. That's great. Me, it stresses me out more than it is fun to be I just cut it. It is nice, however, if you have like, oopsie, it just moved on me a little bit there. I'm going to leave it this time because this is not something I'm keeping. But you can see the ruler did move on me. I probably was talking too much and not paying attention. So right there it kind of goes in. But anyways, now I'm going to take, I should have got, where's that scrap? There it is. Hopefully it'll fit. Okay, so here's another really cool thing you can do with these. I guess I didn't need that much adhesive, huh? You can put them on and you can mount them as many times as you like. So I'm going to do, I can't remember which one it is I usually use. I think the 3/16. So is that going to be, yep, just barely big enough. So I'm holding it down and I'm just gliding along the side. And it's super easy. It glides really easy. So I'm going to hold it down, glide along the side. So you can see that I am double mounting this photo, and I'm going to have a nice clean border around the entire thing. So look at that. If you want it, you could keep going. You could do your entire layout. If you had these, probably. You could probably do it with the small ones. It would be a little harder. But you can see I have a nice, even where it kind of moved at the bottom because it only moved a little bit, it's fairly straight along the bottom. So another thing you could do is say you wanted 3 sides to be bigger, but you wanted this last side to be smaller. Then you can do that as well. Or maybe you just wanted the 2 sides to be smaller and the top and bottom to be larger. You can do that as well. Don't forget to play around with them if you get them. See, isn't that neat? So you could do that. I'm trying to think of anything else. So let's measure these real quick. They are 7 inches long. If you want to know the width, it looks like they're about 1.5. So you could even do a 7-inch long photo. So a 5x7 photo, if you do 5x7s and you want to know if these work, these seem to work. I think they would work great. One other thing that I have done in the past when I'm cutting, if I'm cutting a larger group, say 2 4x4s that make 8 inches, I will start at the top And I would say get used to using these a little bit, or don't try it the first time on your important work. Try it somewhere else. You can cut where you want to cut and then slowly slide it down and then keep cutting. So if you don't have the 12-inch ones, these would even work for that, as long as you go a little bit slower and make sure that it's up against whatever you want it to be up against. I have so many layers right now that it's going all over the place, but if you only have one layer, or just make sure, okay, I want to do it on the orange layer or the white layer or the photo layer. Okay, so yeah, if you guys have any questions, want to know anything more about this, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what else you would like to take a close-up look at, and I will happily show them to you. All right, see you guys next time. Bye.